Welcome to Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse, where the Coon Rapids Cardinals are taking on the St. Paul Como Park Cougars. Jeremy Smith here with Howie Shapiro.
Welcome, Jeremy. It's good to be here.
It's great. We've got a 4-team tournament here for the Coon Rapids Invitational. We just saw Mounds View and Rosemont face off, and they'll go on to tomorrow's games. But first, we got to take care of the Cougars and the Cardinals.
Yeah, Mounds View actually won that game. They were up by 12 at the break. Rosemont did a nice job of coming back. Actually took the lead for a short time. Mounds View able to hold off. But we'll talk about this game that we're doing tonight. The Como Park high school team, the Cougars, they're 0-5. They're young. They're looking to come in here tonight, really play their game. They're led by a senior by the name of Tyrone Sane. He averages about 10 points a game. But more importantly, Jeremy, he's the leader, the court leader on that team. He takes these young kids under his wing, and he talks about what they need to do to try and play winning basketball.
And winning basketball is what Coon Rapids did. Coming off a big win coming into this tournament, that momentum should help them out.
Yeah, they're coming off a big win over St. Francis, where they were actually up by 20 at halftime. St. Francis came out shooting lights out in the second half, but the Cardinals able to get a 9-point win in that game. The Cardinals are going to be led tonight by Lucky Morange. Lucky is a really good player on both ends of the court, averaging about 17 points a game and almost 4 rebounds a game. Lucky has really played probably the best basketball that he's played since he's been here at Coon Rapids. Cardinals are going to need that leadership as well against a team that may not be as experienced, but they're very fast, they're very athletic, and they're going to have to counter that tonight.
Well, the winner moves on to tomorrow's championship game. The loser plays in that third place game. We're looking forward to some great basketball, and we'll be back with that here on CTN.
Watching your favorite Cardinal sports live is getting even easier. Whether it's CTN Cable Channel 859, the CTN Facebook and YouTube pages, or now live on our Twitter page. You choose how you want to watch Cardinal Nation. With CTN, you'll be able to catch all the big plays, all the emotion, and all the fun of Coon Rapids sports. CTN Coon Rapids, stay connected.
Just about time for tip-off back here at Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse, and we are excited for this tournament game, Howie.
We really are, and you know, it's a lot of fun when you're playing outside your conference. You're playing teams that, you know, Jeremy, you don't see very often, and so this is a good opportunity, good test for both these clubs, and certainly for the Cougars coming in looking for that first win. It's important for them, but for head coach Mike Agoric's squad, I think he wants to continue this momentum going. He feels in the last 3 games they've been playing really well. They haven't all turned into victories, but they're playing well.
Well, like you said, it's a young team. A lot of that, those lessons come when you're on the road in hostile territory here in Coon Rapids, right?
That is correct. That is correct. And so we'll see this young Como Park team and how they can really handle some pressure here from Coon Rapids, because you're going to see it.
That tip-off goes to the Cardinals, who move it up into the front court, passed up to the top to Morange. Tried to feed into the post. Cougar player there to knock it away, and some nice creative passing, and we've got a foul. Player down on the court, he appears to be okay.
That's Galma. MJ Galma. You're going to see a nice dish underneath. Tried to adjust his body in air and make that ball.
He'll up and under layup.
Yeah, of course he's going to have to earn them from the stripes. Earns the first.
And that's the first points on the board for the Cardinals tonight. And he does make them both.
That foul was on Kevin Aragaba. His first, team first. And you're going to see a little bit of pressure by the Cardinals to start this game.
Cougars able to get the ball up, but that is batted away. Great hands by Jordan Doe. Turns into a fast break going the other way. Rather than trying the 1-on-4, that's passed out to the wing as they move the ball around, back up to the point. Kicked out to the right side. Drive, Borrelius goes nowhere, gets the ball fed back to him, makes the move inside. They're going to call a foul on that one.
Well, the Cougars don't have a deep bench, so they're going to have to be concerned about foul trouble.
And it was Donovan Clinton there. We've got another look at the block here, possibly. Look at the bench as the Cardinals shoot another free throw. This one bounces out and away.
Well, if indeed that Como Park is going to commit these type of fouls, the Cardinals are going to have to be good from the line tonight.
Well, like you mentioned, they don't have a very deep bench, so
nope.
Getting into foul trouble is not great,
especially early.
Cougars looking to settle down here with the Cardinals applying full court press. This is his body, and that was fired all the way down to the Cardinals bench. A little miscommunication on that one. And point guard Tyrone Sane, we talked about at the beginning of the game. So the Cardinals bring the ball up court, across the half-court stripe. And that one's passed into Aurelius. Turnaround jumper, no good, and rebounded. Outlet pass knocked away, but the Cougars come up with it.
Good job by Jordan Palmer.
Press. Like I said, a young team, probably not accustomed to seeing a press this early in the game. Get the ball back up to the point. Trying to work it on the right side, and that swarming Cardinals defense is all over that. Sane looking for some help up top. Gets passed around. Need to get that ball moving before the double team gets there. That's going to be off the foot of Sane. That one goes back the other way. The Cardinals up 3-0, 16:30 in the first half here. Cross-court pass to the corner. Little dribble drive, that's passed back to the middle. Aurelius in the lane, passes it back down to the side of the post. Back to Aurelius in the middle, makes a move. That one doesn't go. Ball bounces around, and that is going to be a Cougar ball.
There is head coach Donnell Gibson. Had a nice conversation with him yesterday. We talked a little bit basketball, what they needed to do, and we'll continue to develop that as this game unfolds.
And that pass ends up in the hands of Galama, who throws it down, and we'll get a timeout.
And a quick timeout here called by head coach Donnell Gibson as Galama flushes that one with an exclamation point. Again, just nice job off the steal, two-handed jam. Hangs on the rim like Immy.
Great audio there of the dunk, courtesy of Brian Troush, the consummate professional.
He's the pro's pro. There's no question about that.
No question about it, Howie. And for the Cougars, this is a good chance for them to sit down and talk about how to beat that press. Just got to settle the team down a little bit and get around that full court pressure.
Well, yeah, and you know what? And really, Coach Gibson said my young club needs to be assertive on the court, and that's something that he probably wants to early timeout, talk to him about what we need to do to, to avoid some of these issues that we've been having this season. And again, and you're correct, they want to talk about what they knew against this press, although the Cardinals backing off a little bit, just Aurelius with a little bit of pressure.
Sane it long, trying to get the ball across midcourt, and they do. That's dumped into the lane, and we're going to get a call here on Coon Rapids. So they're going to get the hold. Thought it might have been a jump, but they're going to call the
I kind of thought it was. I thought he had the ball, but the official called that he had the players had their back to the official who called it.
Sane fires it way out, and Isaiah Long splashes that three.
The long three.
To get them on the board. Quick pass up to the left side. Drive, and that one's stripped away, but Coon Rapids will retain the ball.
Well, and the Cougars needed that, Jeremy. They needed this three coming up here from Long.
Another look. Great pass.
And that's a nice throw. It's just, a nice pass, and that's just a nice job hitting that shot from way outside.
That's the fishing shot, right? Catch and release?
That's right. I took the bait.
Long up the left side, a nice move up and under. It doesn't go, but he's got a player there. Another offensive rebound. That one's passed off wisely back up to the top. Sane looks to reset the defense. Long passes it in. Right wing, back inside, and that one's knocked away. Coon Rapids going the other way with a 3-on-2. Long, nice pass, and that one doesn't quite flush. Three-point shot there for Kibble. Actually gives the Cougars a 6-5 lead.
Yep, all of a sudden, you missed that shot you should have made, and you give the points up coming back on the defense.
Jordan Doe passes down to the corner into Aurelius. Aurelius looks to turn around again. Can't get that shot to go yet tonight. That bounces around, but Aurelius is able to scramble for it, and it's off his fingertips. Cougars ball.
Again, doing a nice job from the perimeter after that miss. And again, they get the ball down court quickly, and Clinton drains the three.
Sane fires a long pass, but that one's picked off like a waiting safety back there. Morange jumps up, passes it off to Aurelius.
Well, that's the thing about Lucky. He's so unselfish. He could have taken that shot himself, but he saw Jackson underneath the basket, uncovered, and just a little dish. Cardinals, it gives the Cardinals a lead back.
Sane looking for space there. Aurelius knocks it away. We've got 2-on-1, a little collision, and Sane comes back up with it. Takes it to the lane, passes it off. Nice pass and an easy lay-in.
At time backside defense, not covering.
He went up to challenge the shot, and Clinton banks that one in.
Clinton has 5.
Cougars with 5. That's correct. Pass to the middle, turns out the other way. That's passed ahead. Defense is there, but the shot doesn't go. As Coon Rapids comes back the other way with the ball, looks to slow it down and set up a little bit. See the coach asking his young team to settle down on defense there. Feed into the lane. Aurelius lays that one in.
Cardinals have that muscle underneath too, and they want to go to that. We've seen a couple of misses.
That pressure pays off again there. We're gonna get a foul on this one, and they're calling the travel before the foul happened. Couple of subs here for the Cougars. Gibson and Sane in the front court trying to get past that Coon Rapids press that's still putting a lot of pressure on. Sane tries to dribble through there, and that ball gets lost out of bounds. And that goes to the Cardinals. Another unforced error and a turnover.
Well, you know, we're seeing that really from both teams a little bit, more so here by Como Park.
It's still a 1-point game. Cardinals on top, 9-8, 13-10 left to go. Cardinals setting up on the offensive end. Pass in the lane to Aurelius again. They're going to keep working that one because they've got that height advantage. We'll definitely get a foul on that shot. I believe they're going to call that one on Arnes, number 12.
That is correct. Dylan Arnes.
Arnes actually has an 8th grade brother on the team as well. Aurelius drops the first free throw there.
Now in the game for the Cougars, number 1, John Tate Kibble, and number 23, Kevin Iragaba.
Kevin Iragaba back, as well as Kimmel coming in for the Cougars.
That free throw splashes and makes an 11-8 Cardinal lead.
And he leads all scorers with 6. Is Jackson Aurelius.
Kibble looking to beat the press there. He gets the ball in to Clinton. Clinton drives, takes the jumper, and splashes that one through.
That was a nice shot because instead of trying to drive the lane, he realized he had plenty of space to take that short little jumper.
Inside out, pass to Aurelius, back out to the wing. And we'll get another foul under the basket.
You know, we talked about, Jeremy, the foul trouble here. And again, another foul for Iragaba.
Well, it's a tough situation when the other team's got you with the height and the muscle under the basket. You end
you
up
know,
committing a lot of fouls.
And the inexperience as well.
That one rattles out. Cougars will shuffle some positions. Second shot is up and in. And that's the first points of the game for Jaden Palmer.
And that's the second personal on Iragaba, one of the starters for Como Park.
Kibble double teamed up top, passes it over to Clinton. Clinton with the pass down and underneath. Some nice moves there. We're going to call the travel underneath.
He walked.
He had the right idea there.
He did. He got underneath the defense, but
extra pivot, and he slid that pivot foot, so that'll be another turnover. Cardinals pass into Aurelius in the box, and he takes it straight in.
Jackson having a nice start to this game with 9 points, 14-10 lead for Coon Rapids.
And great hands on defense there too. Coming up with a lot of steals, forcing a lot of turnovers. The Cougars looking to push that ahead. That's passed all the way over, 3-ball up, and that one splashes through for Kibble. And that those three-point shots for the Cougars are keeping them in this game.
Well, yeah, and again, they just do a nice job of rotating the ball and spotting up from outside. Not a lot of trouble on defense for the Cardinals, as he took that shot relatively easily, as Palmer's going to turn it over.
Great block from Clinton there. The three-point shot is up and in for Donnell Gibson. Puts the Cougars back on top.
Cardinals got to come out and guard. I mean, they've got to put a guy on the perimeter. They've got to put somebody, you know, they can afford to move a guy out on defense and guard that guy on the perimeter.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Cougars are shooting perfect from three-point land.
Ooh.
Hard fall to the floor there.
That was lucky, but he's okay.
Couple hands there to block his shot, and the momentum carried his legs out underneath him. We'll get another look at it here as he went up. We'll get some fresh legs out there for the Cougars. Cardinals will also let Jaden Palmer catch a breather.
Jermaine Walker picked up the infraction, his first.
Three-point shot from the corner, no good, but Cardinals with the offensive rebound pass back up to the point, swung to the wing. That one's fired up, and that one drops.
That was Jordan Doe. Again, that's kind of what they needed. They needed to get one from outside.
Shot is missed there by Singh, and we're going to get a jump ball. Cougars have the possession arrow, I believe, since the Cardinals won the tip.
Nice ball rotation, then the kick out in the corner to Doe, and he's going to drop it from outside. Nothing but net.
Cougars looking to inbound. A lot of traffic up in the air there. That one is picked up, passed around. Good ball movement by the Cougars. A little runner there, doesn't fall. Ball's still down. Cougars players diving for it. We've got a 3-on-2 going the other way. Aurelius tries to keep it himself. Gets it to roll in and the foul.
Yeah, I mean, and again, just a nice job of continuation. He used his strength to continue on that shot as he's able to get it to fall. An opportunity for a three-point play from Jackson. Again, watch Jackson, he goes to the hole, able to keep the ball in his outside arm and then get into the basket for the 19-16 lead. Look at that. Pick up already a dozen of the 19 points.
Offensive rebound for the Cardinals. Ball's getting tangled up, but gets back outside. Back to Aurelius at the point, who hands it off. Straight back to Aurelius, and he's going to go back to the line again.
Do they call that one on? I think they're going to call. Are they going to call that on Clinton? Donovan Clinton.
They are. That'll be his second.
His second, team 7th. Yeah, I think again, foul trouble is going to really hurt Coach Gibson's squad here, because there's still over 10 minutes to play and already 7 personals.
Well, that's another thing, too, on that last drive by Aurelius. If you know the other team's in foul trouble and isn't going to swipe at you, go strong to the hoop.
Well, yeah, that's what you want to do if you can.
That's what you always did when you played.
Always, especially from half court.
I don't know if the truck has that clip of that beautiful half-court shot.
Well, no, I think that one was burned. That was deleted.
They had to burn the court afterwards. No question, Howie.
No question.
We should not be shooting anything but TV.
No, absolutely not.
Cardinals to inbound here, on top 20-16. Great hands there, stolen away. Sent out to the wing. Another three-pointer fired up, but that one misses everything. Cardinals rebound the air ball, come back down the other way. That's passed up to the right wing. Merengue thinks about it, tries to pass it in. That gets knocked away. Cougars get to it first. Rather than pushing it, they decide to hold up. Great pass inside. A nice shot there from Kibble. Puts 2 on the board and keeps it a 2-point game. Cardinals coming back the other way. Looking to work the ball in. Aurelius keeps working in the lane there. We're going to drive and dump out to the corner. Fakes it. Great move, but hits the bottom of the rim. Rebound there by the Cougars. That's Kibble coming back the other way. Manages to keep the ball. Sends it back up to Sain. Sain at the point goes to the far corner. Big arcing shot for Kibble, drops in and puts the Cougars back on top here with 9:13 to play, and we're going to get a timeout.
You know, Coach Gibson said that if my guys can hit shots, My guys hit percentage shots. We have an opportunity here tonight. And, you know, we talked about a team like Como Park really has nothing to lose, obviously, coming in, still looking for their first win. They want to be competitive in this game. And right now, with 9:11 left, Jeremy, they're up by a point, 21-20.
Well, and that three-point shot is keeping them in the game. They're finally starting to get around that press of the Cardinals. And those three balls are falling for them so far. And if you want to fall for us, the best place to do it is on Twitter.
It's a tweet, let me tell you. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. We're all over the place. Not only can you follow us and what we do, but you can watch everything that we do live on Twitter. It's a marvelous, the internet. It's a marvelous invention.
Great. So no matter where
Al
you
Gore,
are.
thanks to Al Gore, invented the internet.
Invented pants and the internet.
Pants and the internet. You're right, though. Wherever you go, you can listen to us. Maybe that's not a good thing if you're have more exciting plans, but, you know, I always tell Joe, if you're tired and you need to fall asleep, just turn Joe and I on, and you'll be out in an instant.
Well, I know when I fill in for you or Joe here, it's usually because one of you are out of town for something else, and you always tend to check in on us via Twitter.
Yes, we do.
So we appreciate it.
I don't know if Joe is watching now. He's up in Duluth with the boys' hockey team.
Three-point shot for the Cardinals there. That one goes in.
That's Talon Elmy, and Talon's been playing well. Again, with the game we did earlier in the season, he came off the bench and was hot, and again hits a three from out there. The Cardinals need that one. Take that lead right back.
Getting more aggressive with that double team there. Aaron pass tipped ahead by the Cardinals. They're able to hold on to it. Passed off. We've got a collision under the hoop. Away from the ball.
Well, nice,
gets the lay in to go.
Nice fast break by the Cardinals.
And the Cougars falling prey to that swarming defense of the Cardinals again, who definitely turned it up after that timeout. Aurelius comes down and puts another one in from the lane.
Well, that's
that
what
gets him 14.
They want to take the wind out of the Cougars' sails is what they want to do. And after there's a good timeout by Coach O.
No foul called on the drive there. Coon Rapids able to get a hold of it. They're pushing the ball ahead. Drive into traffic there, and we're going to get a foul on that one.
Yeah, and it's a great thought. Coach O tell him to push the ball down the court, and again, Doe just says, "Oh well, you know, I'll make an effort to the basket. If I don't get it, I'll draw some contact and get an opportunity to pick up two from the stripe."
His third personal 18th foul. Jordan Doe to the line for the Cardinals.
Coach for the Cougars asking why he didn't get the same call on the other end. Ref explaining the defender was straight up. That free throw makes it a 28-21 game. Doe looking for his 7th point here. It'll rattle around and won't fall for him. Sane trying to bring the ball up before that double team gets in his way. Pass up and ahead, pass underneath for the Cougars. Another hand on that one for the Cardinals as they push it ahead again. Get another foul called on that.
That's going to be on Sane. So push in the back. Will be the 9th team foul.
Another look there. Well,
Still
it looks like he took a swipe at the ball.
Yeah.
I didn't see much of a push in the back.
Contact in the back, I'm not sure, but officials saw it nonetheless.
When it goes from a one-possession game to the Cardinals having, after that free throw rattles out, a 7-point lead here with 7:43. A lot can change in 2 minutes, Howie.
A lot can change in 2 minutes, correct.
Doe's second shot finds its way in, make it 29-21 with 7:42 left to go here. We're gonna kick.
Yep.
And that aggressive full court press from the Cardinals is back out. Sane looking for some help to get the ball up court. Passes to Kibble, back to the side. Kane. Kibble and Sane working together there. Hits the double team, loses his dribble, gets down, the ball's loose. Cardinals have it. They'll take that one in for another fast break layup.
It's Elijah Smith getting a bucket here.
Aurelius overpowering player next to him. That one's blocked cleanly, rebounded by the Cardinals. Cougars do end up getting that one.
Now Smith had position, just couldn't get it to drop. Oh, nice block. That was Joseph Tarnu.
Bad pass there.
Well, I think Elijah Smith didn't realize it was going to be coming inside to him. Elijah doesn't get as much playing time as some of the other guys.
Saint loses that on the double team, but able to steal it back. Nice move by him. He pushes it up court with the 3-on-1. Oh. That pass is tipped away by a trailing Cardinal defender.
Jordan Doe is so quick. I mean, we saw him obviously in the football season, just such a great athlete, and then he just gets right in the passing lane, knocks it away, forces the Cougars to take the ball out of bounds.
10-point game now. Cougars down. Double team out there pressuring. Dribbles through it, passes it to the corner. Clint thinks about it, steps under the defender. And that jump shot rattles around. Rebound goes to Aurelius, who pushes the tempo still up court. Dribbles around, hands it off. Ball's passed all the way across court and up top into the inside. And we're going to get a travel called there on Elijah Smith.
You know, I like the thought inside. Smith. MJ Galma going to be checking back in for Aurelius. Aurelius checking out with 14 points in that first half. Gets a nice round of applause from the Cardinal faithful.
With a 10-point lead now, the Cardinals still continue that pressure defense, double teaming the ball handler. Sang dribbles that around, but that one's grabbed away by Turum, who throws it away. They're going to say it's off a Cougar player, so Cardinal ball.
Cougars going to call a timeout, Jeremy. Talk about things with the even 6 minutes remaining in the opening half, trailing by 10.
Well, 3 minutes and 11 seconds ago, it was a 1-point game.
Yep.
And that Cardinal defense really turned up the pressure there, converted on a lot of fast breaks. And really, the Cougars only had 2 clean shots during that stretch. Some of the fans here eating some candy and watching some basketball. As always, Red is in the house. He has a Red phone.
Well, would you expect anything less from Red?
I would not.
You know, Coach Agoric and I talked a little bit before the today. Actually, was it today? Yeah, today we talked. Yesterday we talked. Sorry, I had to get my days straight since I'm on vacation. I'm on vacation, right? But. He feels that this Como Park team is very similar to when he took over Coon Rapids. They're young, they're aggressive, you know, they will press some, and, you know, they will try and create the turnovers, but they just don't have the experience.
Well, when they get the space, they definitely have the shooters. Well, that 3-point shots early kept them in the game. And it's all those turnovers and just trying to get the ball up court that's really costing them money. So
oh, absolutely.
We see the coach there with his clipboard out talking about them about how to beat that press. As we come out of timeout here, we'll see.
Wasn't that an old show back in the day?
Beat the Press?
Oh, no, it was Meet the Press.
There was Meet the Press.
Meet the Press. And Beat the Buzzer.
And Press Your Luck.
Yeah, yeah.
No whammies. Cardinals looking at inbound, and they do, kicking it all the way back across the half-court line. And the Cougars this time are the ones able to come up with the steal. Ball handler slips, but is able to keep it.
Yeah, just not
Cardinal ball on the side.
Yeah, not able to hang on to it.
Really a lot of pressure there. Gibson only listed at 5'6", so when you get a couple of those 6-foot Coon Rapids players next to you, it's a little tough to get the ball out.
I think so.
The Cardinals on offense slowing things down a little bit here, looking to set something up. Passed up to the point. That pass goes low and unfortunately thrown away.
One good turn deserves another, Jeremy.
One bad turnover deserves another as well. Turner to inbound here. Player in the corner fires up the 3. Big rainbow on that one. That goes all the way over. Catches the iron. Cougars come up with it. Able to get the ball across half court. Some fancy dribbling, but hits the double team. Sang's got the double team on him now. And we are going to get a foul on that one.
I ought to give a big shout out to my friend Howie Guerin, who's watching this. And I don't want to spill the beans. He usually does nothing. Sits home, does nothing, but he's watching our game, and we appreciate it. Oh, long 3.
Long 3 by Gibson there. Splashes through. Ends the points drought for the Cougars there. They're still down 7 with 5 minutes to go. Defense for the Cougars definitely starting to come up here.
Oh, and he's going to draw the foul as well.
Nice move by Kibble there to, instead of taking it all the way to the hoop where he was at a disadvantage, he stops for the pull-up jumper from a couple feet out, drops that in and draws a foul.
Well, and Kibble is one of those many sophomores for the Como Park squad.
Free throw doesn't quite go.
Still playing. I'm sorry, go ahead, Jeremy. Sorry about that.
I was just going to say Cardinals coming back the other way. More defense from the Cougars. Singh takes that one himself.
That's a charge.
We're going to call the charge.
Yeah, Doe does a nice job of stepping up.
We'll get a look at this one here. I think his feet were still moving there. I would have called that a foul, but I'm not wearing a ref shirt. I'm wearing a headset.
Well, they have to get you a striped shirt, so you can do both.
I have a soccer referee jersey.
Well, hey, that'll work.
In my
that'll
car.
work.
I have a couple younger kids that play soccer. And sometimes the refs won't show up.
Go grab it.
Start throwing yellow cards around the basketball
for the
court.
second half.
Now that refereeing is a tougher job than anybody gives them credit for. So we appreciate their work, keeping the game under control and safe for the players. Back to that same move with Aurelius in the lane, who muscles his way through, but that one does not fall.
Yeah, I mean, those are ones that Jackson would love to have back. That's a bucket for him.
Sane dribbles through the double team, passes it off, and that one's blocked away. But we've got a foot on the line.
Now Palmer with hustle there, able to get that once that ball was missed. He tipped that one and almost had his own rebound on that, but just stepped out of bounds.
Pass came in a little too fast.
Well, you know, I'll tell you what, Coach Gibson has to feel pretty good with 4:04 remaining. He was down by 10, only down by 5 now, able to cut that lead in half.
Cardinals haven't scored in a couple minutes here. They've had a few rattle out, but a lot of turnovers. Slowing it down on offense, working the ball around the outside edge, looking for a lead. That one's tipped away. Good hands there by Gibson to knock it away. The Cardinals retain possession with 3:50 left in the first half. Fed into Aurelius, who's triple teamed. The defense for the Cougars here, not trying to give up any easy baskets. Great rebound there, that's pushed ahead. The Cougars kick that ball around. That 3-ball shot up and in. Kibble, I believe, dropping that one. And that's 16 for him.
Yeah, and that was once a 10-point lead has now been diminished to 2 for the Cardinals. 16 points for Kibble. Coming off that bench.
Defense has been the story of the first half here as that pass is fired all the way over everybody and out of bounds. Cougars with the ball, down 2 points with 3 minutes to play. Looking for an opening as the double teams keep coming from the Cardinals. Kibble back to Singh. Singh dribbling through that double team, trying to find help, loses the ball, hands it off, and that's knocked away by Aurelius. Aurelius trying to get up and in, and he does. Singh trying to come back the other way before the defense is set, dribbles through contact, goes up, doesn't get the ball. What's the call here for the officials? We're gonna get
it's on Walker.
A block. Get another look at that layup from Aurelius.
Again, just able to change the body position.
And Aurelius is back up to the line as the Cardinals are in the bonus.
That's Jermaine Walker, the foul. His second.
First one goes there as we hear the lovely swish of the net. 34-29. Cardinals trying to build that lead back up to that 10 points they were up a few minutes ago. That one does not go for Aurelius. Rebound by Clinton. Passes it back. Kibble to Singh. Singh to Clinton. Clinton looks to pass. Another long three. That one rattles around. It doesn't quite fall. We're going to get a foul there.
You're going to call Walker again. That's his third. He's going to have to come out.
And he will indeed. Have a sub waiting at the bench after the first free throw here.
I'm sorry, that was a Dabo.
Galama puts the first one in.
My bad, his third.
Iragava comes in.
Tarnu will come in for the Cardinals. 2:13 remaining in the half. Cardinals with a 6-point lead. Yep, looking to crease it here.
Galama doesn't get that one to go. Another rebound for Clinton. You find Singh. Singh tries to evaluate what the defense is going to give him. Tries to dribble past that. Loses the ball, but ends up getting all the way through, and that one doesn't fall for him. Aurelius with the rebound.
Jackson's having such a nice game, 17 points, and I'm not sure how many boards he has, but that was a big-time rebound there.
Joe passes it to Galama. Galama gives it over to Elmi, who can't get it to fall. A lot of defense there. Another try to dribble in through traffic. They are going to call another foul under the basket.
He's on Tarnu.
Cougars player got hit in the face there on that. They're going to call him on the arm. Get another look here. Yeah, after the shot.
Yeah, I got a little contact, but he probably took the worst of it.
That one off the brick. So 1:41 left to play. Tarnu misses both shots. The Cougars coming back up, looking to cut into that 6-point lead. Nice dribble through traffic. Shot finds nothing underneath. Ball is saved though. Another shot up, but that's an air ball. Cardinals looking to push. Great pass to the side and good use of his body by Elmi to block the defender and put that one in for another 2.
Well, yeah, and the Cardinals needed that. I mean, just extend their lead again. You know, they were up by 10, now up by 8.
Great pass underneath by the Cougars. They work it back up to the point. Clinton on the wing, looking for someone to pass it to. One dribble in, arcing shot drops.
Throws up
Gibson.
that rainbow shot under a minute.
Well, as a short guy, I understand the necessity for that. Otherwise, all your shots get swatted into the stands.
I hear you.
Elmi thought about it and then launched that 3. That drops through to make it 40-31. 34 seconds left to go. They lay off the press a little bit. And Cougars able to bring it up across half court. Back up at the point, Singh with only one man on him. Gets double teamed. That ball gets knocked off his leg, but he's able to recover it. That gets tossed out of bounds, and the Cardinals have it. That pressure defense from Jackson Aurelius forced another turnover there. We'll see that last 3.
Elmi doing a nice job, and then just getting it to the outside and dropping that 3.
It's that nonchalant, oh, hey, nobody's on me. I might as well put it out.
Cardinals just like to play for the last shot here, up by 9. See if we get that lead to back to double digits.
And we're going to get another foul here. The 11th of this half for the Cougars, and that is not going to serve them well in the second half.
Not with a short bench. I don't mean short in stature, I mean short in players.
That free throw rattles around, it's tipped away. They're going to say it's off Clinton, and it's Cardinals ball. I think that's the right call.
Yeah, I do too. Unfortunately, the Cougars really can't buy too many breaks here in this first half. Yeah, Cardinals would love to get another bucket before they whistle. Got to shoot it.
That one gets off, but does not find a home, and the Cardinals are able to stretch that lead back to 10. Cougars had cut into it a little bit, so 41-31 is our halftime score. We'll be back with more basketball on CTN.
Watching your favorite Cardinal sports live is getting even easier. Whether it's CTN Cable Channel 859, the CTN Facebook and YouTube pages, or now live on our Twitter page. You choose how you want to watch Cardinal Nation. With CTN, you'll be able to catch all the big plays, all the emotion, and all the fun of Coon Rapids sports. CTN Coon Rapids, stay connected.
Welcome back to Coon Rapids High School, where you're watching CTN's live presentation of the Cardinal Invite. We're at the break in game number 2, Coon Rapids with a 41-31 lead over St. Paul Como High School. And I'm here with head coach Mike Agorek. Coach, kind of a tale of two different things in your first half. Up by 10 at one point, you let them come back, able to extend that lead back to 10. Talk a little bit about your thoughts on that first.
Yeah, just we got, fighting for consistency. It's been a message across the board for us, I didn't like our energy out of the gate. We got off a timeout, really liked our energy a lot. Made a couple changes in the lineup, a couple deflections. I do a quick 6-0 run out of it. And then, again, they hit some threes. They're shooting well tonight, and we've got to adjust when the shot goes in. We can't just get disheartened. So they've been shooting. We've had a couple bad turnovers too in these pockets, and we just got to clean it up and play consistent.
You've been able to create turnovers on your end as well. Talk a little bit about what you're going to talk to your guys continuing on for the second half.
Yeah, it's about the defensive energy for us. There's a couple times we're watching passes at times, and so we're sort of seeing how they've sort of shifted how they want to attack what they do, and we just got to get there. We got to make our adjustments, and part of it is just being a little bit quicker. We're watching a little bit too much. You guys got to be ready to go. I think, we got a little bit of that, holiday feast still in us, We need a little less ham in the belly and a little more rotation on defense,
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second. We're going to be right back with highlights right after this.
Downfield, Milwaukee behind the defense has the catch, and he is gone.
Great showing in the 100 butterfly. But you can't quite catch the leader. And it's hard to throw you for a loop.
No, not when it comes to swimming.
At the Cardinals Invite, 41-31 lead for the Cardinals here at halftime, Howie, over Como Park.
Yeah, and good comments from Coach O during the break. Obviously, there's some things he didn't like, some things he's going to clean up, but he's also likes some of the things too, because they were up by 10. They ended up, I think it was 2-point lead at one time, and they were able to get that lead back to 10. The one thing I didn't talk to him about is the play from Jackson Aurelius, 17 points with numerous rebounds, and that's something we'll continue to monitor as this second half folds.
Absolutely, and some great defense from him. We'll see some of the highlights here from the first half. And defense was really the story of the game right up front. The Cougars able to stay in the game with great three-point shooting in that first half, but Coon Rapids running a real fierce full-court press, like you mentioned. Jackson Aurelius getting plenty of opportunities, taking the ball to the rim, and getting to the line. 11 fouls for the Cougars in the first half, had them shooting often from the stripe. But again, that three-point shooting from St. Paul kept them in the game. Kibble had 16 points in that first half. One of his baskets here. So Coon Rapids ballooned a lead out to 10, and the Cougars were able to come back with some great shooting. There's more from Kibble outside the three-point line. They cut the lead all the way back down to 5 before Coon Rapids turned the heat back up, hit a few threes of their own, and pushed that back out to 31-41.
Yeah, and you can really see the youth of this Cougar team is the Cardinal is able to, Elmy coming off the bench again with drilling a couple of threes. And you can see the youth of this Cougar team as they were able to cut into that lead, but then, you know, the youth obviously loses that lead, turns the ball over too many times, commits too many infractions, and all of a sudden Coon Rapids is back to a 10-point lead. So I think, you know, we'll get a chance to talk to Coach Gibson and see what he talks to his guys about during the break. But I think some of that is obviously you got to clean up your play, and you just have to continue to be aggressive, especially on the defensive end.
Absolutely. Both teams playing a really aggressive defense, and it's paid off for both of them, but a lot of turnovers and a lot of fouls in that first half.
Yeah, too many, and they'll, you know, both teams will try coming out here at the break to clean that up.
Well, and for the Cougars, they've been down by 10 before and come back, so we'll see what happens here in the second half. We'll be back with this after a break on CTN.
This is my kingdom come. This is my kingdom come.
Hi, I'm Ryan Nagasu, 2010 Olympian and bronze medal winner of the 2014 U.S. Championships. I knew I loved skating at the age of 5, and now it's become my life passion. Find your skating passion at the Coon Rapids Ice Center. Classes are available all year round. It could be the place where your skating dreams come true. See you on ice.
Back to Coon Rapids High School. You're watching CTN's live presentation of the Cardinal Invite. We are at the break, 41-31 lead for Coon Rapids. I'm here with Como Park head coach Donnell Gibson. And coach, you talked about the youth of your team, and you guys did a nice job. You were down by 10, you came back, but then unfortunately you relinquished the lead. Talk a little bit of some of the things you saw from your guys in that first half.
They're just showing a level of maturity. Games is about ups and downs, gives and takes, and they just never giving up. So right now it's all about just adjusting to the referees. I mean, I understand they're being young, they think calls are supposed to go their way, but once they adjust to that, we're going to have an amazing second half.
Too many fouls, quite obviously, in that first half, and that comes from youth, I think. I mean, you talked about your young guys. Talk about some of those adjustments that you're looking to make here in the second half.
Actually, what we need to do is just box out a little bit more and stop reaching with our hands, use our butts, use our feet. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. We're very athletic. We're starting to understand the basketball. We're moving the ball amazingly. We just got to cut down some of the turnovers. Second half is a new half, so we'll be ready to go.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second. We'll be right back with the second half right after this.
Oh, it's so nice to all be sitting down together. You can tell me something they did today.
I drew a horsey.
Good for you, son.
I started smoking.
I love you too, sweetheart.
I'm selling bongs out of our minivan.
I got a tramp stamp.
I'm getting implants.
I'm dating your brother.
Uh-huh.
I'm cooking meth in the basement.
Great idea, kiddo. That's why you're so popular at school.
Jackson Aurelius leading all scorers with 17 in the first half, and Coon Rapids leading by 10. We are back for the second half of this collision, Howie.
Yeah, and again, with the Cardinals, we'll start with the basketball up by 10. And Coach Gibson talked about, you know, just a lot of the youth on his squad and just learning to adjust on the fly. And granted, they're only 5 games into the season, so that will come in time. But they're looking to see what they can do here in half number 2 against Coon Rapids, trailing by 10.
And the Cardinals will start with the ball. Looking to move it around, and we'll see what the defense brings from the Cougars. Cardinals moving it around, looking for an opening. A basic 2-3 zone here from the Cougars. The double team comes over on the side, and they come away with the turnover. Sane brings the ball up to the point. Dribble around that double team, arcing pass over to the right wing, back to the point. Sane going back to that same corner. Go back and forth with Sane there. He tries to dribble through traffic, gets the pass out. The Cougars passing the ball, moving it well. Great pass to the interior. That goes out to Clinton. I'm sorry, that was not Clinton at all. That was Arnis. And we're going to get a foul. And turnover here.
That'd be his third personal. First, obviously, to start this half. But, you know, again, Coach Gibson talked about it. He can't see his guys continuing to foul like that. They think they're going to get the call, but that'll come in time. They're going to know what they can get away with and what they can't.
Great pass to the inside there for Palmer, who puts that one in to put him up by 2 more. Sang waiting for that double team before he passes it back over. Gibson cross court to Saint. Dangerous arcing passes here. Gibson looking to dribble in, doesn't see anything and brings it back out to the point. Triple teamed there, fires it up to Sang. Sang waits for the defender, tries to dribble through 4, and he will get the foul call on the reach in.
Well, we talked about Sang in the beginning, and he's a player. He's this leader for this team. He's their senior, and again, so I'm sure Coach Gibson said they're going to put it in his hands. He's going to lead by example on the court.
Well, he has no points on the board so far this game, so Cardinals holding him scoreless with that double team. A little Euro step there, does not fall as it comes hard off the backboard. Cardinals come back the other way. Almost lose that dribble, but the defense is right on top of him. Back to Aurelius, just outside the three-point line. He's going to dribble straight in. No foul called either way.
I think Coach Gibson thought there should have been a foul called on that, but Jackson takes it to the hole. 19 points on the night.
Cougars move it up across half court. Double team coming in there as he tries to dribble through it. That's fired over to Gibson. Gibson arcing pass back to Sang. Sang to the right wing. Another double team, and that's another turnover. Passed ahead to Aurelius, who takes that one up and lays it in, balloons that lead up to 16.
Yeah, Jackson again using his strength underneath the basket.
Sang to Gibson. Gibson dribbling through and pull-up shot from just inside the arc for 2. Those are the first points of this half for the Cougars.
Of course, he's the son of head coach Donald Gibson. And, you know, he talked about what athletes they have, and you can see that there.
Ball gets to Aurelius, who puts another one in.
23 points already for Jackson, just 15:09 left in this second half as Cardinals opening up their lead.
And another steal for the Cardinals. That's passed all the way ahead to Jackson, who can't quite reel it in, but he gets the pass back to Palmer, and we're going to get a timeout.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they've been able to obviously Coon Rapids come out and just extend this lead. Just one bucket here so far in the half for the Cougars, but Cardinals taking advantage of miscues, turnovers, and converting them into points. Jeremy Smith.
Yeah, 10-2 run for the Cardinals, and again, that swarming defense is turning into offense for them, and they're cashing in.
I want to give a shout out to one of my favorite people in the world, and that's Deb Peterson, former girls coach here at Coon Rapids, now coaching in Wisconsin, watching our games. I miss her, and I'm glad to get a chance every once in a while to see her when she comes into town and comes to a game, and miss the 2.5 hour long talks we used to have about basketball and the State of the Union and many other wonderful subjects. But Deb's great.
You see Jackson Aurelius out on the floor there. He had 23 of the 51 points for the Cardinals. He has definitely been a force in the lane today.
Yeah, he's had a really nice game. And, you know, we talked about it. He's coming in, I think, averaging 12 points a game and well over his average here this evening.
Sang and Gibson doing that back and forth. Aurelius got his hand on that one. Tipped away, shot missed by the Cougars. That comes back the other way. Errant pass. Ball bouncing around there, fighting for the rebound, but the Cougars come up with it. Kibble bringing it up, dribbling his way through a couple defenders. Great pass there and a good move to freeze the defense by Clinton. Little pump got the defender off his feet.
Yep.
Cuts it down to a 16-point lead. Cardinals bring it up. Aurelius, nice pass inside again. Waits for the defender. We're going to get a jump ball on that one. No foul called.
There's no possession arrow on the clock. I'm not sure who's.
Oh, so
it's pointing here. It is on the floor. It should be Cougars ball.
Yep.
Usually they have it up on the scoreboard, but it is on the table here.
It's true. We got it on the table, and Coon Rapids started the half with the ball. So.
Good job, Nick Brusson.
Clinton's probably glad that that was a jump ball, not a foul. That would have been his 4th. Sang dribbling through the defense, trying to take it in himself. Passes it off to Clinton, who goes all the way through underneath instead of taking the shot. Gibson around a defender, and that jumping shot again for him comes off the iron. Aurelius with the rebound. We're not tracking all the stats, but he's flirting with a triple-double at some point here, right? Pass into the lane, but the defenders are there to knock it away, and that is going to remain Cardinals' ball. That's Arness and Clinton there fighting underneath, both with 3 fouls, so they got to be careful. And again, as an offense, you push the ball straight at them, get them in foul trouble. Cardinal inbound pass. Nice, easy bank shot for Aurelius. Takes his total up to 25. Cougars file the ball down court, but there's a Cardinal defender there to grab it.
That's Tarnu with a nice job. He intercepted passes in the defensive backfield, intercepting that one here on the basketball court.
Long cross-court pass to the corner. It's worked back up to the point. Long shot there, comes off the front iron, rebounded by the Cougars, but there's a defender there to tie him up. We're going to call a jump ball, and that's Cardinals. If you know where that possession arrow is at, you can take advantage of it.
Well, now I see it.
Well, just as a player, you know, if you can tie somebody up and you get the ball out of it. Inbound pass to Aurelius, who gets it back over to Dell. Dell looking for some help, but instead finds a Cougar player. Had Gibson ahead of him, but he didn't see him for the pass. Instead stops and pulls up for a three, and that splashes through for Kibble. 38-53, 12:48 left to play. Cardinals with the ball and that 15-point lead. This three-pointer is fired from the ways out and put in for Jordan Doe, so he answers.
Nice job by Jordan Doe to drop that one from outside. And again, good job working the ball around the perimeter.
Gibson to Singh, and that one's tipped. Another turnover, but Singh is there to pick it back up. He pushes it up, and we are going to definitely get a foul on that one. That'll be 2 shots.
That one on Palmer, I believe. Nope, that's on Tarnu. Again, nice job by Almy to kick it outside, and Doe drops it.
First free throw bounces out, so we'll get a couple of subs here.
Elijah Smith coming back in for Coon Rapids.
And Doug Bowe for the Cougars. Second shot misses as well as Coon Rapids comes out with the rebound on that. Coon Rapids slowing things down a little bit here.
A little slap on the wrist. It's going to be on Gibson. Donnell's second. He's got 10 points. 19 by Kibble is the leader for
that's
the Cougars.
The story for the Cougars, 29 of those 38 points coming from just 2 players, and a lot of those from beyond the arc. Cardinals looking to work the ball inside, and they do. A lot of defense there, and that one is able to bounce in.
Nice job.
Move by Elijah Smith.
Yeah, nice job by Elijah getting position underneath the basket. Now Elme with a nice steal. Yeah, Cardinals doing a really nice job of opening up their offense. Another turnover. That's a travel they had to call. That was a little delayed whistle, and I know that you heard a groan from the Como Park faithful.
Well, from most of the crowd. Can't jump, land, and then pass it.
Well, you can. They just frown upon it.
They're supposed to whistle you for it.
They frown upon it. They say that's not good.
Gibson looking to get some help. That pass goes to the middle. Almost picked off, but not quite. Cardinals with that real aggressive defense. Nice dribble up and under, but the shot is short. Cougars get an offensive rebound there, not able to corral it. Ball still loose on the floor. Gibson comes up with it, and they're going to say he was standing on the line.
Yeah. It's a turnover for Como Park.
You see Jackson Aurelius on the floor there fighting for loose balls, even though he's got 25 himself.
Hey, he's a gamer.
And his team's up 22.
It's like you, Jeremy Smith. You're a gamer.
I occasionally game. Long three-point shot, no good.
It's over the back. I don't know if they'll call that on Smith or Aurelius. They're going to call it on Smith. So that will be his first, team third.
Cougars looking for some help as the Cardinals continue that full court pressure despite their 22-point lead. A little miscommunication there. As Adegbo tosses that one out of bounds. Back to the Cardinals. Those unforced turnovers are really
Those are tough.
been the Achilles heel for the Cougars tonight. Nifty passing there from the Cougars, or the Cardinals as they work the ball around. 3-point shot off the back brick, no good. Rebound to the Cougars. Gibson up the right side, looking to push it up before the double team gets there. Triple team that time. He gets the ball back up, and that goes off the leg of Jackson Aurelius. He's on the floor and slid out of bounds with the ball.
Good hustle, though.
Kibble to inbound there, gets it to Gibson. Back to Kibble. Loses the ball. Those high arcing passes trying to get around the defense are turning into turnovers more often than not. Cardinal inbound pass here. No reason for them to rush at all. Effort there, but the shot doesn't fall. Kibble dribbles all the way through traffic on his own, hands it off under the basket there. And ends up taking the jump shot from the baseline and putting that one in for the first points in almost 3 minutes.
It is 21. 20-point lead for Coon Rapids. Another
Gibson
turnover.
right there to intercept that one as he takes it himself all the way up and in. Goes up and under, no foul called there. And we're gonna get a jump ball. That'll be Cougars ball under the basket.
Jordan Doe back in, Jackson Aurelius out. He and his 25 points.
And Kibble inbounds all the way up. Trying to dribble through that defense. The swarming Cardinal defense able to create another turnover as they decide to slow it down. Passed underneath the basket. Shot from the corner, no good there. Little collision as Gibson comes up with that one. He's got help, but he decides instead to hold up. Tries to dribble around the defense there. Great pass to the inside. Defense is there to contest it. We've got a collision. And we're going to call it Cardinals ball. So 40-60, 9-12 left here in the game.
You know, that time Debo just could not control the basketball on the baseline.
Well, and when you're down 20, you got to watch out for those frustration fouls that come in, especially when your team is already in some foul trouble. We're going to call the foul on the shot there. Who's going to pick this one up?
Aragabo, his fourth. That would be the third for the Cougars. A lot less foul trouble for Como Park here in the second half.
They do have a player with 4 and I believe 3 players with 3 at this point, Howie, so starting to play on some thinner ice.
Oh, this is not hockey.
It is not hockey.
As much as Joe Young would love it.
One time.
Another shot here for Chinese from the stripe. He drops it, makes it a 22-point lead for the Cardinals, just under 9 minutes left to play. And that full court press is still there. 4 Cardinal players on the front half of the court as Kibble tries to get up. He gets swarmed, tackled, the ball comes out. Cardinals end up with it. Ball is passed ahead. We'll get a foul on that shot as well. And that's the 5th foul, I believe.
His personal 14th foul. Jordan Doe to the line for the Cardinals.
So that is his 5th. Some applause from the crowd there.
So he'll foul out with 8:41 left.
Ragba heads to the bench. First shot is good for Dell. And he drops the second one as well. More of those long arcing passes turn into another turnover. Cougars are ultimately able to recover it, push it ahead. Jump shot blocked there. Great athletic play. Long pass ahead, and Doe banks it in to make it 66-40.
Yeah, points off of turnovers, and that's something that I know Coach O preaches, because he's such a defensive coach as well.
Gibson dribbles around. It's a nice arc on that basket to score over.
He's a nice-looking player.
But Gibson and Kibble are responsible for 33 of those 42 points on the Cougars side. Long three-point shot rattles out. Sang pulls that rebound, tries to split the double team, goes up, under, doesn't get the roll off the glass. He's still scoreless in the game, Howie.
You know, both those players who are leading the team are both sophomores. Good things for this program.
Kibble looking to dribble up, pulls up from the free throw line and drops that one in. Nice touch on the shot there.
Yeah, he's a nice ball player.
We'll get to.
You're going to see the block here by Thalma. And then the pass to Doe. Nice finish with the layup. Points off of turnovers.
That pass goes to nobody, but Sang able there to recover it in time as he tries to dribble his way up court, runs into two defenders. Gibson comes up with it, jumps back for a three. That one comes hard off the iron. A lot of arms up, and Coon Rapids comes out with that rebound, looking to push it again. It's passed up to the point, dribbled, and laid in with the runner.
That's Tarnu.
By Tarnu.
Yep. Joseph with a nice little floater.
Unlike they're doing on defense, on offense, they are definitely keeping the Cougars at arm's length here with that lead. Passed ahead to Kibble, who gets some body contact. That bounces around. Another Coon Rapids rebound, passed a little out of the reach of Elmy.
Yeah, big smile on Joseph. Hey, he knew that. Coach Anoa doesn't like that. I mean, granted, you're up big here, but in a closer contest, that's not a good turnover.
Looks like that press is eased off a little bit. They don't have four players on the other side of the court anymore. And Gibson passes that back up to Kibble. Kibble to the corner to Sang. Sang looking to dribble, three players on him. Ball gets knocked away again. We've got a 4-on-1 going the other way for the Cardinals. Bounced up, passed back out. Three-point shot is up and splashes through.
Yeah, Cardinals, again, taking advantage. And most importantly, they're hitting those shots.
Clip passes to the corner to Sang. Sang gets it, backs up to Gibson. Gibson double teamed up top and dribbles through it. Another player meets him there, tries to fire a pass through. Clinton ultimately comes down with it. That ball gets knocked away by the Cardinals, and the Cougars will retain possession. 71-44 with 6 minutes left to play. Some smiles from the bench there. Long pass tipped away by the Cardinals. That's Doe again, goes in, blocked, but he's got a player following with the trailer to put that one in. Gibson back up to Kibble. Kibble takes it all the way down himself, tries to lay it in early, can't get it.
Nice follow.
But Adegbo is there to follow up, put that one in. Those are his first points of the game.
Yep. MJ thought about taking that long three, then he thought better.
Well, he does that head fake every time he gets to that spot on the floor.
Nice drive.
Finish.
Such a pretty drive to the basket.
That gives him 16 on the game. Kibble goes in, doesn't get that one to go. Another Coon Rapids rebound, pushed ahead on the right-hand side. 2-on-4, probably best to slow it down, and they do. There's that long three shot. That one does not go. Cougar rebound. Brought back up and passed to the corner. Clinton decides to shoot the three from there. That's an air ball. Comes off a Cougars player to the Cardinals. Passed ahead and loose ball on the floor. Picked up and advanced. Kibble goes in for the steal there.
Called Tarnu. Turner for the reach in.
We get a couple of subs here. A few players we don't see very often.
Nope. Isaac Johnson in for Coon Rapids. Oh, nice steal there by Tarnu.
Able to get to the ball before it rolls out of bounds. Tries to take it in, but gets denied by the backboard. Passed ahead, but too far for Clinton. Well, we may have more turnovers than points in this game here, Howie.
I don't know about that, but there's been a lot of them.
Well, 75-46, 4:30 left to play. Cardinals on top with the ball. They bring it up past half court. Work it around on the outside. Happy to take their time here. Sang and Gibson with the double team trying to get that ball there. It's passed down and in. Fired back out to the wing. Back to the point. Nice move and dribble, and we are going to get a foul there on Singh. Not in the bonus yet. Doing a lot better this half with the fouls.
Yeah, it's a different half in terms of infractions for Como Park.
Cardinals inbounding from under their own basket. That gets sent back up around to the point, to the corner. Nice dribble drive there, not able to finish. But there to get the rebound and put it back in is Jaden Palmer.
Yeah, Jaden Palmer with a nice foul off the miss. Oh.
Kibble's pass just eaten up and laid in by Elm. Still with that full court press by the Cardinals, despite the 33-point lead. That's passed up and under. Gibson gets the reverse lay-in to go.
Well, I'm impressed with Danielle Gibson. He's a good young ball player. We talked about just being a sophomore.
Cougars looking to come back down the other way. That's passed around. Gibson launches another three, and that one goes. That gives him 17. Cuts the lead to 30. 3 minutes left to play. Fancy dribble work there by Elmy. Gets through for another layup. It's 15 for him tonight. A lot of Cardinals players in double figures, Howie.
Yeah, and again, this is a team that certainly the Cardinals have been able to feast on here.
Elmy splashes the three there. Gibson passes over to Clinton. That's fired across court. Sang bricks the three. That gets tipped out. Elmy ends up with that rebound, pushing it up the right-hand side. His lay-in goes, and that gives him 20 tonight. We're going to get a timeout by the Cougars, and it looks like the Cardinals are going to clear their bench, Howie.
Yeah, and they should. You know, with a big lead here at 37 points. They should clear that bench. They will talk about things, and they will come back to play Rosemont tomorrow in the third place game. And of course, the Cardinals will go on to the championship and take on a very, very tough, good Mounds View squad, who's undefeated. Jeremy Smith. They have yet to lose a game this season.
Well,
Cardinals looking to make it their first tomorrow.
A test for the Cardinals tomorrow as they lead big here with 2:06. I believe the coach is going to clear the benches there, and we'll see a lot of players get some time. But a couple great players here for this Cougars team. Like you mentioned, very young. They got another 2-3 years together, plus this season, obviously. Definitely a nice core to work with.
Yep.
And like you mentioned, it's
Absolutely.
a lot like the Cardinals were a few years back.
You bet.
Luckily, there's no one-and-dones here in today's game, so these players should be together for a little while.
Yep.
Number 2, Peyton Himley. Number 11, Matthew Billingson. Number 12, Zach Simon. And number 21, Isaac Johnson.
some of the young guys getting a couple of minutes of play here, which is great. Because, you know, at the varsity level, you'll never know when you're going to get that time. And they create a turnover.
You get that ball away from Gibson as the Cardinals bring it up. Definitely some hungry guys here. Kibble pulls that one up. He's looking to dribble through traffic. Passes it off to Clinton, who comes in up to Singh. Still looking for his first points today. That pass underneath, Clinton able to pull that down from Eberdains. Gibson on the right wing, back up to Kibble at the point. Kibble looking for an opening to dribble. The pass goes in and back out to the wing to Clinton. Clinton tries to get around the pick there, loses the ball but recovers it. That's tipped over. Singh ends up with that one again. Singh in and up off the glass. Great effort there, knocked away for Adegbo, but he is blocked by the Cardinals.
It was Anderson who blocked it, I believe.
That pass goes ahead and in for two to make it 90-51. Under a minute left to play. Singh gets the foul there. And that clock continues to run.
Again, nice job, points off of turnovers. And that was finished.
And that free throw there, Howie, is Sain's first points of the night with 22 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, Zach Simon finished that last one for the Cardinals. I had to pull my roster back out. I put it away foolishly.
So he'll get both of them to end with two. We're going to inbound pass from the Cardinals here with 7 seconds left. They should just dribble it out at this point, but instead pull up for an air ball. And that'll do it. So 90-53 finishes this game. Cardinals will move on to the Mounds View Mustangs as their next opponent in the championship game tomorrow night, and we will have it here, correct?
We will cover the championship game between Mounds View and Coon Rapids, and in a really good second half for the Cardinals to open up this game.
Well, definitely the Cardinals' defense was the story of the whole game offensively. Jackson Aurelius went off, got basically whatever he wanted in that first half in the lane. And we will be back with some post-game comments and highlights after this.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We had this like deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
Welcome back to Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse, where you've been watching CTN's live presentation of the Cardinal Invite. The final score, Coon Rapids 90, St. Paul Como Park 53. I'm here with one of the stars of the game, Jackson Aurelius. And Jackson, congratulations, first and foremost, 25 points. Nice outing for you.
Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun coming out here to play.
Let's talk a little bit, break it down by halves. First half, you guys did a nice job, but you let them back in the game and able to open that up. Talk a little bit about what Coach talked to you about between the break coming out here in the second.
He talked us to give them less opportunities from three. We saw they were hitting. We didn't expect them to come out and hit threes, but we had the pinch down. That's what we did, and that's what separated us.
I thought you did a really nice job using your size and your muscle underneath, and really they didn't have an answer for you.
Yeah, they really didn't. My teammates found me, and that's all I can appreciate.
Got a big game tomorrow in the championship against Mounds View. Your thought on that game?
We got to come out here just like how we did the second half, not the first half. Didn't do so well. If we come out, play hard, I think we'll win this.
Thanks, Jackson. Go celebrate with your teammates. I'm here with a couple of very, very special guests. Of course, Coach O and Coach's old daughter, Coach and son. Talk a little bit about, we talked at the break and certainly some inconsistencies in that first half. I thought you guys cleaned a lot of that stuff up in the second, just really ran away with this game.
Yeah, no, we had a good second half, so just defensive energy was there. You know, we rotated a lot better, so gave up less threes that way. Created turnovers, really ran and converted off it. That's what we want to do. There's no secret. We want to turn teams over and turn it into offense. We're able to do that, start feeling really good about ourselves. Just put a big run to put it away.
Nice to able to get some guys in the game that typically aren't able to do.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's what it's all about. It's fun. You know, there was a sequence there. One of our seniors, Isaac Johnson, you know, doesn't get a lot of minutes, and we subbed him in, and stuff was going on. We didn't call in a baseline, and our guys called in like the 3-point-1 for him, which was pretty cool to see. So yeah, it's good to get those guys in, and our guys are all pulling for each other. So those are fun moments.
Well, certainly a nice win today, but you've got a big one tomorrow against Mounds View. Talk a little bit about that matchup.
Yeah, they're a good team. They're undefeated this year, very well coached, and we watch them here, and you know we got to play more like the second half. If we play like the first half, and we're going to pay. They're again a really good ball club, battle tested in the Suburban East Conference, and yeah, you know, got to get a rest today, and you know, get ready to go tomorrow.
You proud of your daddy?
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah.
You proud of your dad
Yeah.
and the team? Absolutely. Well, Coach, we're excited for tomorrow. We'll be here as well, and we're ready for tip-off tomorrow night at 5.
It's an honor to see you. Look forward to it.
Congrats on the win. We're going to be back with the game highlights right after this.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Give your town a reason to celebrate, because every Goodwill item you bring home brings job training and more to your community. Goodwill, bring good home.
Watching your favorite Cardinal sports live is getting even easier. Whether it's CTN Cable Channel 859, the CTN Facebook and YouTube pages, or now live on our Twitter page. You choose how you want to watch Cardinal Nation. With CTN, you'll be able to catch all the big plays, all the emotion, and all the fun of Coon Rapids sports. CTN Coon Rapids, stay connected.
Post-game here at Roger E. Carlson. Coon Rapids 90-53 over Como Park. It was a lot closer in the first half than it was in the second half, Howie.
Coach O talked about the fact that his team really came out and took some instruction of what they wanted to go through during the break, and obviously 90-53 is a big win for them.
That defensive pressure was really the story of the game for the Cardinals. They forced so many turnovers, bad passes from the other team, just getting in the passing lanes, getting their hands up, and kind of getting in their heads.
Well, and as you mentioned during the game, a number of players in double figures for Coon Rapids, and that's what it takes. Obviously, when you score 90 points, it's not going to be by one guy or even two guys for that matter, but the fact that they were able to do a really good job of upping that lead in the second half and really not letting Como Park back into the game at all in that second half, just doing a nice job of both working the ball underneath and then also shooting from the perimeter.
Yeah, once they got that inside game going, they started shooting from three. Jackson Aurelius ended tonight with 25, basically getting whatever he wanted down that lane.
Yeah, and you know what he talked about during the break is that, you know, this fact that Coach said we need to play a better second half, and both he and Coach O recognized if they play a first half like they did here tonight against Mounds View, they're going to be in trouble. So they know they've got to come out with their best basketball from the get-go against Mounds View. But I give a lot of credit to this very young Cougar team, because there are a lot of sophomores, 2 sophomores leading the way for them, but Coon Rapids just too much for them. And Elmy coming off the bench doing a nice job. I believe he had 20 points on the night.
Elmy ended with 20.
Yep.
But yeah, on the story of the game was just defense turning into offense, going back the other way for the Cardinals. Like you mentioned, for the Cougars, though, Gibson and Kibble, both just sophomores. They had 17 and 23 respectively.
Pretty nice.
They were responsible for 40 of their team's 53 points.
Yeah, and again, and the future are those young kids for St. Paul Como, and they're going to go through growing pains. And like Coach O talked about, very similar to what Coon Rapids was going through when he first took this program over. But, you know, Cardinals, just as we talked about, getting some players in that typically do not get the chance to play, and that's really good to see.
Yeah, it is a complete team effort, defense, offense. Obviously, like you said, playing Mounds View next, they got to control the ball a little bit better. They did turn it over quite a bit, and in that first half, they let the Cougars get back into the game a couple different times.
They did, and the key for them is the fact that they were up by 10 in that first half. Let them, I think the lead vanquished about 2, and then they able to bring it back up to 10 at the break, and so, you know, and then those adjustments that they made at halftime, obviously it wasn't a contest in the second half for the Cardinals. They were able to run away with it.
Well, that 3-point game is what kept the Cougars in the game in the first half, and ultimately, you heard Jackson Aurelius tell it. Coach told them to shut it down, and that's exactly what they did. Giving up less points in the second half. But let's see how their defense performs tomorrow. They're playing against undefeated Mustangs.
Well, you see, we've got coverage here tomorrow starting at 5 o'clock live. And, yeah, it's going to be a different team than they faced here tonight. So they're going to have to bring their A game, and they're going to have to play well. But they have the horses to do that. They're just going to have to really play well defensively. And I think the key for them is just not turn the ball over.
Good confidence today, knowing that they were getting what they wanted from 3 and in the lane. That's going to do it for our coverage tonight here from CTN. We'd like to thank everyone in the truck who makes the show possible, all the coaches and parent volunteers here at Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse. And on behalf of Howie Shapiro, I'm Jeremy Smith. Have a great night.